Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps, where we are creating with a sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life. If you haven't been following this little series, we're up to series 11 of Christy's Beautiful Life. She gives us a sketch each day of the month and we create with it. This is day 8. It is well and truly behind, guys. I'm 10 days or so behind, so I do apologize for that, but we are slowly getting there, so that, progress. I am creating with some pieces from one of the card packs from It's the Little Things. I have used this several times during this series and it's amazing what you can do with 6x6 papers. So the collection is all 6x6, the sticker sheets, the papers. So I have gone and used that to create this layout. To do that, I've had to kind of be a little bit creative with my cuts. So you can see here I'm cutting the papers down to slightly smaller pieces, and I'm joining them where I can between photos and things like that. And you'll see here that I'm just sometimes there will be a join that would be noticeable if you look hard enough, but with the patterns I think that I get away with it. I am going to introduce lots of color. So the Little Things has loads and loads of colors in it. I will bring that in as we go along, and it does end up being quite a colorful layout. If you have not been over to Christy's Beautiful Life and checked out some of the sketches, I really encourage you to go over there. There is a link in the description below. You can play along at home. It's completely free. You can check out the sketches. You can do one day, you can do every day. It's completely up to you what you will do. It's a great Facebook page. She has great inspiration on there with loads of people sharing their YouTube clips as well as their pictures of what they do. You don't have to be a YouTuber to join in the fun. You can just snap a photo at home. You don't have to even share a photo. You can just take all the inspiration you like, pick the sketches that speak to you. I often say in these videos, you do not have to follow the sketch exactly. You can follow the sketch just a little bit, and you'll notice that I had the sketch up in the corner earlier. This one being double page, it had so many cute little elements to it, and definitely one to that you can get in and make your own. I pretty much followed this sketch exactly as it was on the sketch, with a few twists and turns along the way. You can see here I'm matting up those pieces so that to help bring the cohesiveness together. Oh, I can get that word out. I'm using the pink behind this so it looks like all one piece and that it's all just there joined together. So I'm kind of trying to trick the eye a little bit into believing that this is all one bit. In a moment you'll jump forward and you will see that I do the exact same thing with that blue layer, and then I am going to bring in and do that bottom checkerboard piece, which you may have noticed I also snipped a couple of different pieces together and matched up the pattern, and I do that one in yellow. So that is pretty much the foundation of my page done. Now I do have photos for this one. I'm again using photos of my nephew's engagement party. You're going to keep seeing them. There's lots more pages that I'm going to do with these photos. So I hope you don't get too sick of them. These ones are really cute. So these have got photos of his father and stepmom, as well as his mum on them, and him and his fiance. These are really special to him, and I'm hoping that they will like this page and want to pop it in their album. I'm using up some of the stickers now from that collection. I did get quite a few little packs of these because I knew I just loved all the different colors. They have tags and little tab bits and flags and all sorts of stuff, and I just adored these collection of stickers. I must check if the this collection went off sale or the promotion ended at the end of February, so I do not know if there's still stock left of them. I must check. If there is stock left, I will put a link in the description below, but there's no guarantee as it was well stocks last pretty much. The tabs there that I'm adding are just the little sticker tabs, but they weren't standing out on that white background. They're just a little bit of color and on them, and then the white, so I'm backing them in the black so that they stand out a little bit more. Now these are the little banners. Now I've used most of them on other layouts. You can see here I'm going to cut these apart and I'm going to use the outside part of the sticker, the bleed. Those people who follow my channel will know that I do this heaps. I use these leftover parts of stickers and I'm going to mount them up on the different colors. So I'm going to use the cardstock that I've used to back those black and white strips and bring lots of that color in there. So I'm going to start off with the blue here, and then I'm going to bring in some of the yellow and some of the pink as well. And I will do the same with the littler ones as well. But with those, there's a couple of stickers that I haven't used, so I'm going to back them up on black and keep tying in the black tones that I've got around the page with those ones. And the rest of them I will do onto white. So these could have something like stamped on the inside of these banners. I don't on this particular layout, but they definitely could have. Or you could definitely add like little stars and things. I do somewhere down the track put a couple of little hearts on a few of them and have them sort of as embellishments down the bottom. So on the sketch they had, I think, a couple of tags and sort of like a semicircle or something, and that's what I'm replacing that kind of embellishment cluster with down there on the bottom right. I will come back in a moment and attach all of those. They are just sitting there for now. I do start working on the elements that are up along the top of the page, and I'm really running to, I struggle with this top bit. So what I generally do is if I struggle with one area, I will move on to something else and come back. So you can sort of see me kind of like floating around the page, not sure where I'm working at the moment. And I was kind of thinking about that top section and what to do. So I kind of leave it go, I'd hear these little banners down the bottom. I know that that's what I want down there. And then I will come back and work on another section when inspiration hits. So if you're finding that you can't move forward on one spot, then definitely move on to another and then come back. Sometimes while you're doing one thing, something else jumps out and makes itself apparent to you. Here I'm getting ready to attach the little round circle that says enjoy life, and it's got a cute little flower flourish down the side. But I'm looking at that and know that there has to be something else behind that or around that. So I do bring in a stamp block, flip over my Versamat, which has the foam on the other side. Now I'm very lucky with my table setup. You'll notice the grey mats behind where I'm working. They are actually a foam, so if I need to, I can just push my Versamat aside and I can stamp down there on those light grey mats. But the back of your Versamat also has that foamy bit on it and is a really good place to do stamping. So if you have the Versamat there, just flip it over and you can stamp on your whole page that way rather than having to move the little foam piece around. Here you can see I'd stamped two of those flowers under that enjoy life area and another one on that top of that left hand page. I really wish I hadn't have done that. I don't know what I was thinking when I did it. It annoyed me for the rest of this layout. If I could magically have made that little piece disappear, I would have. I did try at one stage popping a piece of white over the top of it. I just couldn't get that one to resolve. You know, that's life. If we could do things over, we would do them differently. I am trying to figure out now what I am going to do moving forward, and I'm kind of annoyed with myself at that top little corner, but I just move on to another section and I will come back to the border and everything else that I need to finish on here. I'm adding a couple of little tags, and I do cut a couple of little pieces of the border pieces from those tags to make the string coming out of them, the twine. It looks a bit like twine. I decided that this little sticker bit that I've made earlier is a little bit too high, so I move that down, and then I'm going to pop this sticker over the top that says remember this, and I've left a little spot there for my nephew and his fiancée to journal or write some names or things down if they wish. I'm not going to go back to that corner that I was working on. This is just another little sticker strip, and I'm going to pop that in there, and a colored strip as well, and then pop the circled embellishment back over the top of that, and that kind of finishes off that little corner there. I think I might add just some little flowers. You might have noticed earlier I did stamp some tiny little daisy looking like flowers, so they might, I think I add a couple of those there, but that has pretty much finished that cluster. I'm now looking for what else is on that stamp set, and I look at this word that says together, and I think that is really important. That some of the people in this photo had been a long time between them actually being together, so I thought that really fit with this layout, so I'm going to use that word as a border. And I like doing this. I like being able to take something that I know has meaning to a page and using it to create a border. So here I'm just stamping it around the outside edge. You can see I'm just masking off the areas around those flowers that don't quite make sense. And I will do this all around. I cut a lot of this out because you guys really didn't want to sit there for as long as it took me to do this all the way around. I come back in with a little heart stamp, and I put that between the words. Now, this is not perfect by any means, but it doesn't have to be, guys. Don't think that like these borders, stamped borders and things have to be absolutely perfect. They don't. I've now decided I need a cluster at the top and down the bottom on those sides. So I do stamp those little lovely leaves that come in this stamp set, and I pop the flowers there. So there's two little clusters, and that kind of balances out the cluster that is on the left hand corner up there. So I think that works really well. Finally, guys, I am going to add some acrylic dots around the place. I go back in, I get those colors that I've been using, the pink, the lagoon, which is the aquarry color, and the yellow or orange, and I'm going to sprinkle those around my three clusters, and I'm going to put them on the start and finish of that banner as well, little hearts on the start and finish there to just anchor that banner where it's connecting those two photos. And that is pretty much it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Let me know below if you enjoyed this one, what you think of it, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.